Greetings, Beth Warriors. Greetings. Greg is back. So are you. Another life lesson for the Results Kill Excuses channel as I share sometimes hard truths that I have learned along my going on 14-year journey of hitting rock bottom, getting sober, turning my life around, taking extreme ownership, and ultimately, one of the biggest lessons, one of the things that I've integrated into myself the most is to have an extreme, a very high level of self-awareness. What is self-awareness? What is that? Do you have self-awareness? One of the first books that really started to open up my eyes about 5 years ago was The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. And in it, he talks a lot about being the observer. He really allows there to be perspective on your thoughts. Who's really running the show? Where are these thoughts coming from? And the genesis to even getting into that level of curiosity was a willingness to understand myself. I wanted to trust myself. Do you trust yourself? Do you genuinely trust yourself in all situations? Or is there a part of yourself that's like a villain, that's sort of a self-sabotaging, relentless part of you that always wants to see the worst case scenarios unfold for you? We almost think that we deserve that. I know I used to think I deserve it. It's okay, I deserve this. I deserve for terrible things to happen. Or it was leading up to something happening, having so much anxiety, so much stress, so much worry, so much overwhelm, that literally it's like we manifest our own realities, our thoughts. We create these situations. A lot of people call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. You ever been in a relationship where you're constantly worried about this other person, feeling really insecure? You're really focused on them, but it's really an insecurity with you. Is that a level of self-awareness that you're able to give yourself? That's what it truly takes to get to the peak. The peak of this experience of life is self-mastery, not self-control, and not even self-discipline will get you to self-mastery. Because we are all going through something underneath the surface. You may present as having it all together, but there are moments in your life when you're not distracted, when you're not chemically distorted, that something comes up and it makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel all kinds of fill in the blanks. Usually not on the spectrum of feeling a level of bliss, enjoyment, peace, love, joy, generosity. It's usually based in what? Worry and fear, doubt, shame, guilt, anger, sadness, grief. And even as I get on here right now, I can see a pattern in my own life. This is the self-awareness piece. I see a pattern in my own life where on certain days when I'm doing certain things, I get anxiety. It shows up. It wants to take over. It wants to tense up my body and stress out my mind. And in that moment, it wants to activate a flight response, right? Which is a trauma response, fight or flight. It wants to activate that flight, to run, to avoid, to hide, to shrink down, to play small, to tippy toe, instead of standing firm. I put this message out there because I know that there are many, 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 many millions of people that are beginning to search for something more. And this world offers you all kinds of solutions to your problems. Quick fixes. I was listening to something yesterday. It was a pill. There's now a pill that can help you reduce your stress, be more focused, be more productive. There's now pills for this now. Pills. Legal pills that aren't drugs, but there's some sort of a chemical, something in there to get you to feel less stress, more, which if you get rid of the stress, you're able to focus, you're able to be more productive, but it didn't deal with the root of the stress. And if I'm honest, which I am, I would love for there to be a quick solution to my stress, to my worry, to my anxiousness, to my trauma. I've tried it. I've tried it all, from religion to therapy, to meditation, to prayer. You name it. If it exists out there, there's probably a chance that this guy talking to you right now has tried it. And the reason being is because there is so much mystery, there is so much uncertainty as to what really, truly, truly, truly works. What truly gives long-lasting results. And that's what I truly wanted. That is the genesis of this channel, Results Kill Excuses. Because why? Because my excuses used to run the show. And I was so sneaky, I would say, that's not an excuse, it's a reason, and a reason is valid. But I knew deep down I was just using terminology and words as a way to what? To deflect, to avoid. Because a subject in and of itself, a specific subject carried a level of sensitivity. What subject carries sensitivity that you just can't sit in it? You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to face it. You don't want to talk about it. You just want to shut down. What subject? Is it politics? Is it social issues? Is it relationship issues? Is it your addiction issues? Is it your health issues? Right? Is it your parenting issues? What issue, what subject do you just want to shut down every single time it comes up? You don't want to sit in it. You don't want to deal with it. You just want it to go away. Go away. Leave me alone. If you feel like that, I'm sure you've made it this far in the message. This is a big part of how I desire to help other people. It's to help you learn how to find the confidence and the courage and the tools within you to sit in the fires. That's what I call it, sitting in the fires. If you're somebody that's been a loyal, faithful, Results Kill Excuses, BAMF warrior for any given amount of time, you're someone that's really been listening to this message, I've definitely been very inconsistent as of recent. And a big part of that is because rather than doing the play-by-play, hey, look at this traumatic thing going on in my life today, and here's the traumatic thing, and here's this thing, and now this thing, and now this thing, and now this thing's coming up. Man, there's traumatic things, there's crazy stuff happening in every direction of my life. It's been that way for the last 3 months. It's been incredibly interesting. The fires, I call them fires, right? These challenges. It could just be a sense of emotional anxiety about work or a relationship or money. It could be your health. I mean, just so many things, right? Activate, right, our nervous system in a way that we just want to contract, and it makes us feel so uncomfortable, and we want to hit that what? Fight, flight, or freeze. A lot of us are just so uncertain right now. We don't know what the hell is going on. And so for me in particular, as all of these situations started unfolding in my life, I had my father die, my son went through an illness, I'm going through some health issues, and I've also had a major shift in a relationship happen, all kind of in the same timeline. And then there's other issues happening along the lines, just tests. And rather than putting out like, hey, look at all my problems, I'm somebody that pulls back and says, I need to sit in this fire. I need to sit in the heat of this moment so that I can be refined. Instead of getting a bucket of water and trying to just put the fire out. We just want to put the fires out so fast. Again, fires meaning our problems, our feelings that make us uncomfortable. We just want these situations to be extinguished. And one of the things of self-awareness that I've learned over the past 13 years, and really the 5 years, the past 5 years has been so transformational from the self-awareness, self-mastery place, is that I can see these things happening around me, outside of me. That's the thing. And I can stay neutral, and and even when negative things start to come up, I can sit in it and say, oh, I see the correlation. I see the connection here. And then I have such a curiosity about my experience in this life that I want to figure out, whoa, do I have power over this? Can I shift my feelings with myself? Or do I need to default back to old patterns? Do I need to go break my sobriety of 13 years and go get drunk to feel better about myself, to just shake the low energy feelings? Do I need to go get high and take some THC to just kind of check out and bliss out? Or can I just sit with clarity of mind, clarity of energy and spirit, to just sit in and experience the negative emotional feelings that want to show up? And I think that this is part of the healing process. This is actually the truest form of healing, because this is when you sit and experience your feelings, especially if you can do these things. First, have the awareness between the difference between you being like neutral, happy, just like, your baseline of like when someone asks you how you're feeling and you're like, I'm good. I feel good. I even feel great. Feeling great. There's your baseline. Let's make great our baseline. So having the awareness to know, okay, what is it like to feel great? What does it take for you? What does that feel like? Like, man, I feel great. I feel really great right now. And then when something is below that when someone asks you, hey, how you feeling? Or you ask yourself, hey, how you feeling? and you're like, man, I'm stressed out. A lot of times we don't even have the words for our feelings that are below great. I caught a guy the other day. He was a construction worker, and it was a Monday morning. He's carrying around a shovel on his shoulder. I said, hey, good morning, bro. How you doing? And he was like, good, I'm good. I'm like, nah, how are you really? He's like, well, fuck, it's a Monday. Right? So we bullshit ourselves by just saying, I'm good. When people ask you, how you doing? You just say, good. But did you really mean it? Do you really feel good? When you say you feel good, do you really feel good? Because I would challenge you to go even beyond that. If you're just going to give lip service, say wonderful. Sprinkle, I feel wonderful. I feel fabulous. I feel incredible. I feel amazing. But good? I'm okay. I like it when at least people say okay. There's a level of authenticity when someone says, I'm okay. I'm okay. But if we could just have the awareness to say, okay, here's good, here's great. And anything below that, if you can just, when you can pick up on yourself, shifting down from great to like, I'm okay, or even getting even more honest, I feel bad, I feel sad. This is when we break out the emotional wheel, because something's shifted in our mood, and that's showing up in our body. It's showing up usually in our chest, in our abdomen, in our shoulders, in our necks, in our heads. These are the areas, this core area from our top of our head down to like our groin. But it can really show up anywhere. It could be in your elbows, it could be in your arms, your legs. It's you understanding you. Where does your tension, where does your stress, where does your emotional worry, where does that show up? That's self-awareness. And yet when we're just living mindless, like we feel like what a lot of people have an issue with in this day and age is when something shifts, when you go from great to bad, but you can't even say, I feel overwhelmed. I feel worried. I feel unloved. I feel disrespected. I feel unappreciated. Going on that journey of understanding and increasing your emotional literacy, which is having a greater understanding of what's called the emotional wheel, that alone, just you naming how you're feeling, instantly allows your brain to start kicking in, oh, we know what's going on here. And it starts to send you some endorphins and some relief, natural relief. But when we're just like feeling the way we're feeling and feeling down, then usually we'll turn to the things that actually cause us harm but give us temporary relief. Things like food, things like alcohol, like drugs, like sports, like entertainment, anything to distract us. We just want something to give us that good feeling. Sometimes people I know, like you can even use good things like going to the gym, going out in nature. I've said here often, I used to go and volunteer on disasters as a way to feel good about myself, right? Needing something on the outside to feel good about myself, all while avoiding dealing with the messes in my life. Because I'm over here helping someone else with their mess. Yay, look at me. And I'm not dealing with my own messes. And I think that I'm putting out this call to action for those of you that are really resonating with this message, that are finding this message, that are connecting with this message, that now more than ever, it's time for you to deal with your messes. This message is for you to deal with your messes. Take extreme action. extreme accountability over your life. No one else can do it for you. And it takes a level of courage. It takes a level of confidence. That's why I have created the mantra of being a Banff warrior here. You have to be courageous. You have to be unstoppable. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or whatever. It just matters that can you be the hero of your own story? If you could tap into a time in your life when you were brave and you had to be courageous and bold and really overcome a lot of fear, and perform in a moment, if you could tap into that at this moment right now, what would you do for yourself? What do you need for you to do for yourself to get your life back on track, to make some improvements in your life, to fix some of the messes that you have been avoiding? This takes self-awareness that these things are not sent to destroy you. But the longer you let this stuff fester and just kind of percolate and sit there, it rots and it becomes even a bigger and a heavier weight around your neck. It's like it's a burden. And a lot of times fear, right? False evidence appearing real. You have created a boogeyman. You have created something so terrible that it's like, is it true? The thing that you're avoiding, is it really that bad? Or have you just created all of these beliefs that it's a terrible thing? And this is that self-awareness. It's getting to understand yourself so deeply, so intimately. You understand yourself through all the seasons, through all the experiences, money issues, relationship issues, family issues, political issues, social issues, community issues, you name it, all the issues, health issues, understanding how do any of these issues of life impact you in negative ways? How is that showing up? And having a curiosity to get to the root. When did you first start feeling this about this subject, about this issue? And when you give yourself permission to start going on that path, guess what's going to start to happen? You're going to start to have clarity about your life. You're going to start to build a level of self-confidence that gives you the power to deal with your issues, to process these things. And that is a big enough light switch to go off inside of you right here and right now, is just to say that you have the power to deal with anything that is happening in your life right now. You have the courage, you have the strength, because who else is going to do it? The government ain't going to come and save you. Many times, not even your lover's going to come and save you. Your best friend, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, no one's going to save you from the psychological, mental, and emotional issues that you are creating for yourself, even if they were a part of it from the beginning, 0 to 10 years old. It's your responsibility to create the environment internally that is conducive for you to maximize your healing, your growth, and your expansion towards becoming the best version of yourself, towards truly healing these old wounds, releasing and letting go of your self-sabotaging habits, patterns, behaviors. And if you have found this message, your time is now. If you have been able to listen for the last 25 minutes, your time is now. What are you going to do about it? I mentioned The Power of Now. Another book is The Mountain Is You. Another book is The Big Leap. Another book is Untethered Soul. These are all books that I usually listen to at least once a year, just because knowledge is power. And the more that you listen, the more, every time I've listened, as I'm healing, right? As I'm getting better, 1% better every day, as I get a little better every year, every month, every week, every day, when you go back and you listen to something you've listened to many times, something new reveals itself. Something new can be incorporated and integrated into how you're showing up. And this is really what this whole entire experience is. Because at the end of the day, every single person on this planet is suffering in one way or another, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you have self-awareness, whether you can truly be honest with yourself, there is suffering in you. It's woven into our experience. Now, the one thing I also know is that it's not my job or your job to eliminate someone else's suffering. We must focus on eliminating our own suffering. And as we do that, then yes, we should make every effort possible through our healing, through our expansion, through our love and our experiences to try and offer help to those that are willing and ready to take the help, to help themselves. You got to be willing to help yourselves. It's a self-rescue world. I know there's lots of stories about instant salvation and saviors and redemptions into the eternal, but in this life, right here, right now, it is self-rescue. Now, that doesn't mean you do it all by yourself. One of the biggest things that I advocate for is therapy, talk therapy. I'm someone that has stayed sober. I don't do any psychotropic medications. I'm not giving you medical advice, but I'm telling you through my lens, I've never, ever, like, there was one time I considered it just for a moment, but I didn't do it. I said, no, I can't do it. I'm like, I can't do it. Life on life's terms. Getting sober was a big enough deal for me, right? Letting go of alcohol, letting go of weed, that to start taking the psychotropic pharmaceuticals, I'm like, nah, I'm not, I just want to talk this thing through. And I love therapy. I still go to therapy once a week. And I don't know if there'll ever be a time that I don't need a therapist. Because to me, a therapist is a neutral person in your corner that, you know, doesn't have a personal connection to you where there's going to be judgment and things that could be used against you. A therapist isn't somebody that I personally have ever had to fear betrayal of. And when it comes to other people, I have absolutely been betrayed by just about every type of person in my life. And even in that, I've learned how to forgive and to release, not to just forget, to forgive, to release, to send those people love, knowing that those rough experiences that were co-shared with my soul and their soul, with my life and their life, I believe that it was all a part of the bigger plan, that I wouldn't be here talking right now to you had I not gone through what I've been through. And I'm going to continue to cultivate and identify the lessons that I've integrated, the experiences that I've integrated along this life, to be able to share messages that add value to your life, that can help not only inspire you to make some changes, but also challenge you. Challenge you to be a better version of yourself. Challenge you to say, you know what? Enough of the victim. I need to take ownership. I need to figure out the root of my problems. And that takes big faith. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to go back in that time machine and look back at what happened to you, and then to have eyes of compassion for the characters that were involved, the people involved, people that have caused you harm, violations, maybe even criminal things. And to be able to genuinely, in a spirit of authenticity and clarity, and this probably doesn't happen on day one, but it happens along the path where you just say, you know what, I need to forgive, I need to release this person from whatever I'm holding against them, from whatever violations that I am accounting for towards this person. I need to release it and let it go. And in doing that, it's like, it's more for you. By letting someone and letting that energy go doesn't mean you're best friends next day, but it sets you free. When you're holding resentment, bitterness, anger, hatred towards another being on this planet, right? You're creating blockages in your own energy fields. And when you have blockages, that means that it's hard for you to truly align yourself with a greater version of yourself. It's hard for you to really sit there and process and like experience your pain. Cry some tears, scream some screams, whatever you need to do to sit there and feel it and experience it, and just allow for it to be released. That's the truest form of healing. And it's something that I take great pride in, being able to help others do this hard work with success. Because I know that as people heal, the world heals. One at a time, little by little, each and every day. Some days you'll have a quantum leap, but other days it'll barely feel like you're gonna even move an inch along your spiritual path. But the fact of the matter is, you have to keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Keep going. Keep moving forward. And if you're looking for a resource, I have an incredible offer for you right now. Click on that link down below. You should give yourself an opportunity to check out the Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal. It's a 4-volume set. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is complete. Volume 2 is almost fully complete at the recording of this message. And Volume 3 and Volume 4 are coming very soon. And that ultimately will give you a full year of showing up for you, holding yourself accountable. It's the greatest sense of self-governance, is when you hold yourself accountable to do the work, to invest in yourself, to set goals, to believe in your dreams, to heal, to take actions, to ask for help. Like, it's all about you. What are you going to do for you today? If it's the same old thing, you'll get the same old thing. If you're ready to start doing new things, trying new things, experiencing new things, I invite you to give the Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal a shot to see what happens. 91 days, Volume 1. There's been some incredible testimonies of people truly being able to finally trust themselves, start to understand themselves more, start to let go and loosen up the grip on the pain and the hurt of the past. As you start to open up your mind, your heart, your soul to seeing a new vision for your life, for allowing some old dreams that may have weathered away through the course of time to be reinvigorated, to be reconstituted within your field of energy, saying that you're worthy. You're worthy of something great happening to you. You're worthy of great things happening to you. But it takes you taking the action. And that worthiness is a massive, massive undertaking. It It takes every single day waking up and continuing to remind yourself that you're worthy. And it's not about what is happening. It's not about what results you have today. It's just knowing that you're worthy. Worthy of what? Worthy of anything that your heart, mind, and soul can imagine for yourself. You're worthy of that happening. Will it happen overnight? No. The quick fixes, I have yet to experience the quick fix. I've tried it, I felt little shifts, but it wasn't sustainable. And so that's what's kept me relentlessly moving forward with that 1% better every day journey and that mindset to say, it's just a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. I'm figuring it out. And I'm grateful for those that have been there with me along the path. Because I've tried many therapy types in order to truly continue connecting with myself, clearing my energy, staying sober, staying open to learning and trying new things along the way. And I hope that you will join me in doing that same thing for yourself. I love you guys. Thank you for checking out this message. Continue having some curiosity about what does self-awareness mean to you. Can you become the observer of your thoughts, your feelings, be able to name your feelings, be able to sit and experience those feelings, breathe through them, and allow them to just dissipate, allow them to have life, and allow them to be released. Every time you do that, that is a process of absolute, true healing. I send you blessings, I send you love. Thank you so much for checking out today's message. I'll see you on the next one. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it won't be worth it. Greg's out.